Are you sick of overly dry meatballs? Can't taste the meat from all additions like eggs and breadcrumbs? Are they falling apart during cooking?
If the answer to any of those questions is yes, then this video is for you. Start with 1 kilo or 2 pounds of fatty finely ground meat, 60/40 pork and beef mixture. To it add 15 grams of salt and about 200 milliliters of ice cold water. Mix the cold minced meat with the salt until a homogeneous mixture is obtained and add some of the water. Knead until the minced meat absorbs the liquid. I'll not add other ingredients at this stage because I want to illustrate how easy the whole process is. If the mixture is still firm, add a bit more water until after stirring we get a homogeneous mixture that is not liquid. The next step is to stir. Here it is important that the direction of mixing is the same throughout the process. The salt in the meat modifies the protein fibers by releasing them from one another. They begin to look like individual fibers. By stirring in one direction, we allow them to realign as if we are developing a gluten network. This way, the meatballs are much easier to shape and cook without falling apart. Also, they have a much denser structure without losing their juices. You can also replace the water with beef broth or carbonated water for fluffier meatballs. If you like even fluffier meatballs, you can add a tablespoon of baking soda. It relaxes the protein fibers, so when the meatball is cooked, it retains even more juices and is much softer. You know the mixture is ready when by dividing your fingers you can see the protein fibers between them. Leave the minced meat in the fridge, preferably overnight, and prepare the toppings. For standard meatballs, heat cumin seeds in a dry pan until fragrant and grind them coarsely. Cut a small onion into very small pieces. Add black pepper and, if desired, add a pinch of savory and a pinch of fenugreek. Mix with a part of the minced meat, in my case 300 grams or 10 ounces. I personally prefer larger meatballs. The size depends on your preference. With a wet hand, take a handful of the mixture, form into a ball and throw several times from one hand to the other to expel all air. Once you know how to knead your minced meat, you have a great foundation on which to build. I will experiment with the rest of the mixture. Baked 2 pieces of bacon until crispy and added diced cheese. Or an Indian flavored version with ginger, garam masala, turmeric and green pepper. I won't use a lot of wet ingredients, but other than that, the only limitation is your imagination. Half the meatballs will be grilled and the rest baked in the oven, 210 degrees Celsius, 410 Fahrenheit. Bake them to an internal temperature of 75 Celsius or 180 Fahrenheit, but this is a personal preference. One thing to add, the bacon pieces should just be included in every version you make. They make the meatballs just unique. Enjoy!